Interpreting people's actions. Interpreting people's actions. I feel that people like sometimes like they're saying something, but how would you say it? But physically, you know, they're in their physical communication and their verbal communication, like they're saying something, you know, they're saying something, but in reality, they're saying something else, and I think that um, that it's upon praying to God for wisdom that you're able to interpret a, a person's actions correctly, you know, and you're able to, how would you say it, apprehend a situation, you know, in the correct manner through asking God for wisdom, because sometimes like there's people that, how would you say it, that that act out, you know. Some people do it on purpose, you know. They're doing it on purpose to try to provoke, or they're doing it, um without without doing it on purpose, right? But it's up to it's up to like me to be able to interpret, to be able to understand what the person is saying through their actions, whether they're doing it on purpose or not, you know. um and like, how would you say it, it's very interesting because like if you how would you say it, if I interpret a person's actions correctly, I have learned that I apprehend the situation that falls before me in a correct manner. Like I'm able to, like, how would you say it, like if a person is creating a negative situation or is starting an argument, I remain calm. I observe the person. I respond in a different manner, and I keep the situation from escalating, from escalating, from turning aggravated, from turning physical, you know, and like other situations that are not so drastic, that are, how would you say it, less meaningful, but still have significance. You're able to act correctly. You're able to respond correctly. Regardless if the situation is is uh, is an aggressive situation, whether it's an argument or whether it's just a simple conversation. You know, um, if you interpret a person's actions, you're able to respond correctly. You're able to, how would you say it, to understand what the person is feeling. You know, whether the person is sad or whether the person is depressed or whether he's filled with anxiety or whatever. Because I ask myself, I sometimes am filled with negativity. I am sometimes filled with anxiety, and I wonder how what people might think of it, what the persons that I talk to think of it. you know they think, oh, he's filled with anxiety, and I imagine, how they must contemplate on how to respond to my anxiety, to my frustration, to my depression, and so I tell myself, if they, well, I don't know if they contemplate it or whatnot, or if they just react impulsively, like, you know what, oh, this person is depressed or he's filled with anxiety, but and so they react impulsively in a correct manner, right? But I think that it requires of thought. I think that it requires of contemplation, of, how would you say it, of speculating, okay, you know what, how am I to respond to this person, how am I to, not just act out impulsively in the best manner that I think, but to actually apprehend the situation, to actually grasp a hold of the situation and respond in a correct manner.